Hello and welcome to Channel 2S. I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and I got something pretty awesome to show you guys today. This is the Real Grade Build Strike Gundam Full Package from Gundam Build Fighters. Now, for those not familiar with Gundam Build Fighters, the Build Strike is basically just a retooled Strike Gundam from Gundam Seed. Now, I've already gotten a Strike in the Real Grade line. It was number 3 in the series, and some of those earlier Real Grade kits tended to be a little iffy on the quality. They had some weird engineering stuff going on. They hadn't quite worked out the quirks and kinks of this grade, so this might have some odd structural issues to it, but hopefully it'll be pretty awesome. I mean, it looks pretty good. Now, usually when it comes to the box of a Real Grade, there's really not much to talk about, since once you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. But they did do something interesting here with the Build Strike, where if you look in front of the image, you can actually see some nice blue Plavsky particle crystals. This is a nice little addition that you don't normally see on the pretty standard looking Real Grade box art. So it's cool to see them add something to it to help kind of break it up and set this guy apart as a Gundam Build Fighters model kit. And since this is the December 2016 release, that means the whole package is bilingual. So now, of course, we can read all the text in the box, which is super awesome. So here we got some bullet points talking about the Real Grade, quote-unquote, real system. Moving down the bottom, we have an explanation of the inner frame system used by the Real Grades. A brief paragraph talking about those awful marking stickers that all these Real Grade kits come with. Another little blurb of text. And one more paragraph down here on the right talking about how detailed the kit is, how great it looks just right out of the box. And it also contains pretty much the only grammatical error I've been able to find so far, so good on you, Bandai. On the top of the box, we are treated to some awesome looking action shots of the Build Strike Gundam. And if we zoom in down here, we can see another block of text talking about, again, how cool and awesome and detailed this kit is, even with minimal painting. And finally, here's a bunch of legal crap no one cares about. Now, normally at this point we'd be done talking about the box, but this is a Real Grade box, and what's cool about the Real Grade boxes is they don't just print the outside of the box, they print the inside too. Now, traditionally, the insides of the Real Grade boxes are a glossy black. However, this time, to keep on the Build Fighters Plavsky particle theme, it is instead painted in a bright blue, and it looks pretty darn awesome. So basically, all that's printed down here are a bunch of cross cells for the Build Strike Gundam at other grades. So we have the High Grade, the BB Senshi, the Master Grade, and since there's no perfect grade Build Strike, they're going to show us the perfect grade Strike, which is actually a pretty awesome kit that I do want to build at some point. But let's face it, guys, you aren't here to look at some pretty pieces of cardboard. You're here to look at some awesome plastic runners. So let's take this out and see what we got. The first runner here is the H runner. This is all new parts for the Build Strike. I'm seeing pieces for the shield, the gun. We got an awesome looking trans green piece here for the cannon. That's so cool. That's actually better than the Master Grade. Because on the Master Grade you were just given some stupid little foil stickers for that. This time you got a proper translucent green piece, and that is awesome. Also, if I can knock these stickers out of the way, we got some super cool trans blue pieces as well. Really looking forward to those. Flipping it around here to the back, we have the Eye Runner, and this is more pieces unique to the Build Strike Gundam, looking very cool. We got some beam sabers, we got some really detailed gun parts. One thing that threw me off at first was the way they molded the V-fin, because it's kind of done at a 45, and I glanced at this in first, and I totally freaked out, because I thought they, somehow it got broken in the package or something, but nope. That's just how they molded it. It's at a 45-degree angle, because I guess it works better that way. And the next runner to leave the box is the C runner, and this contains a lot of pieces from the original Strike Gundam, including a lot of pieces we're probably not going to use. We got some leg parts, we got some skirt armor parts. If we come up here, we got a little bit of red. Looks like that's for the backpack. And then if we flip it down to the other side, we have the MS Joint System. Now this is the Type 3. This is the Strike one. This is a really old Real Grade frame. I've heard some mixed things about this, so we'll just have to see in the build log how this turns out. Next, we have a couple of gray runners. We got one here for the classic Strike Gundam. And then we have another one with parts that are unique to the Build Strike, and it looks like this is in more of a gunmetal color, while this is a traditional gray. Very cool bit of classic Real Grade color separation. And we have some more white parts for the Build Strike, looking very cool. Here is the J1 to go with that J2 runner that held the gray parts for the Build Strike. This is that awesome sort of gunmetal gray. Looks very cool, has a slight brownish tint to it, and actually looks really nice. Quite a fan of that gray. Flipping around here to the back, we have the blue parts, primarily for the Build Booster. Looking very cool, and hopefully it won't have as many stickers as the High Grade. So I was just about to show you guys the manual, and then sitting on top of the manual in the box, I saw this. And what this is This is basic instruction manuals on how to build a Gunpla, how to cut parts off the runners, how to apply decals, and how to read all those little symbols in the manual, translated into not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 different languages. Now that's awesome. And here we go, guys. This is the manual. It's a real grade manual, so of course it looks awesome. We got a vertical version of the cover art from the front of the box. We flip it around. We have a decal guide. I'll try not to throw too much glare onto it, but I'm still working out how to use these freaking lights, so I apologize just a little bit in advance. We got the color chart down here. Looks like we're going to get a little Sayori pilot, so that's pretty cool. Up here we have a very detailed synopsis of Gundam Build Fighters, including bios for the pilots, so you can read that if you like. And then in a rather surprising twist, the weapons explanation portion of the manual is actually not translated. That's kind of weird. And there's another section here talking about the build booster, and again, it's not translated. So I have to say, that's kind of surprising since they seem to translate everything in the manual, everything on the box, every bit of story information, except for those 2 blocks of text there. That was kind of weird. So there you go, guys. That is the box and runners for the real grade Build Strike Gundam full package. I'm going to start building this thing on Friday, and I do apologize if my voice sounded a little off in this video. I'm not super alert and awake right now. It's kind of late, so before you go, be sure you leave a like on this video and share it around with your friends. Help spread the word about this channel. It's a really great way to help it grow. And if you're new here, if you want to watch me build this thing, if you want to watch lots of cool Gundam news and reviews and stuff, be sure to hit that icon that's appearing on the screen right now to subscribe. If you don't see the icon for some reason, maybe you're early, maybe I forgot it. There should be buttons either below or beside the video as well. You hopefully know how YouTube works. I shouldn't have to explain that to you. There's also probably thumbnails popping up all along the sides here. You can go check those out as well. Go nuts, go crazy. I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time.